And now back to the Comedy Central roast of Pac-Man. Here's your host, Invader. Let's keep it rolling, because we all know this guy has an eating problem. This next roaster has known Pac-Man for so long, he remembers what he looked like with legs. But that was before he started gobbling dots, if you know what I mean. So let's introduce a man that's pumped more pukas than Gene Simmons, Mr. Taizo Hori.
What an honor it is to be here tonight, and to be introduced by a fellow alien. I'm surprised either one of us were allowed the visa to get here tonight. You know, it's amazing to think that Space Invaders could attack Earth 40-something years ago and now be considered icons. But you've done it, Invader. Great job. But to the man of the hour, when I think of you, Pac, I can't help but think of your lovely wife. Man, what a looker. You two were really the first celebrity arcade couple, and you laid out your entire love life for the public. Everyone knows the story. You meet, you fall in love, and then you go and have a baby out of wedlock. All right there on the arcade screen. Whew. One cut scene I never did see was the marriage. Must have missed it. But if it never did happen, I'd be real happy to put a quarter in Miss Pac-Man if she's up for it. Seriously, I dig you. Call me, hun.
Oof, Taizo's set fell flattered in Dig Dug 2's sales. And to think this man is a high school principal. Well, maybe not after this show airs. Everyone knows our next roaster. You can usually find him on top of a construction site hurling barrels, which I guess is a step up from throwing poo like the rest of his family. The great ape himself, Donkey, legally proven not to be related to King Kong.
Hey, let me start by apologizing. Qbert was originally supposed to be here, but the TV censors had him pulled last minute. So, these jokes may not land as hard as I do at the end of every level. Nice to see some familiar faces representing the arcade animal family here on the dais, like my buddy Frogger. Glad you made it safely across the street this time, buddy. I see Centipede is here. I tried to talk to him earlier, but that guy's done more mushrooms than Jumpman. Oh, I'm sorry. You know him better as Mario. I just call him that son of a bitch that put me in a cage and tried to kill my son. But maybe it's time I forgot about it like you all seem to have. Seriously, that guy. On to my pal Pac. Pac was all excited when he heard he was invited to a roast, but then very disappointed when he found out he couldn't eat us. Aside from both being arcade legends, we have something else in common. You know, the one guy that likes to play with our joysticks and tape it. At least in my case, it was emulation, but I guess he went all the way with you. Not many of you know this, but once the arcade business went on the decline, Pac tried his hand at acting. He was even considered for the role of Homer Simpson, but ultimately thought he was too fat and too dumb to portray the role. He did make it into recent films lately, like Pixels. Pixels, by the way, widely considered to be the worst video game movie not directed by Uwe Boll. So, what I'm saying? Fire your agent. You know, it's hard to stand up here and only a tie and make jokes about such a well-rounded guy, so let me finish by saying, 40 years, man, 40. What a milestone. Enjoy it, pal, and thank you for having me.